Hmm. Get how this new Facebook Live thing works. Okay, I believe I am finally live. Okay, um, we're looking at this coronavirus. And what I have discovered is more interesting than this coronavirus itself. It goes along the lines of people and how easily people are to be discouraged. Now then, let's keep in mind, I'm going to be not only talking about this particular virus, but I'm also going to be talking about the fact of how people react. Human reaction is the number one flaw in this whole scenario. And I'm going to break it down for you. Okay, look at the pandemic itself. Then let's look at the flu. And then let's look at what media is telling us. And then let's look at what the government is telling us. And then let's go to Bill Gates and what Bill Gates has said concerning this injection. Bill Gates himself, his company and his foundation is the one that's behind all of these immunization shots. He flat out said he would not even allow his own children to take these shots, even though, keep in mind, even though he wants your children to take these shots. He wants your family to get sick from this invention of his. I want y'all to think about that for a minute. And just like a bunch of puppies and puppets, they hold your strings, they wiggle your strings. I will do what they say I must do. Okay. People were talking about how the coronavirus and 5G network is not combined. It's not connected at all. Okay, I'm going to go back to Wuhan, China here. Okay, let's take a trip to Wuhan, China. The very day that the COVID-19 it popped up, people started dropping like flies. Dead, 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 dead. The exact same day that G5 network popped up. The 5G network popped up, people started dropping like flies. But I'm going to go a step further with this. I'm going to look at medical. I'm going to call out the medical field. I'm probably going to get flagged on this video, so y'all get this thing shared out as quickly as you possibly can, because this is going to get flagged. I can guarantee you. Hey, Jessica. The reason this will be flagged is because I'm telling y'all the facts. The fact is, the government is behind the COVID-19. It is strictly government. Okay. This whole isolation, this whole we're going to close down the world, blah blah blah. It's to the point that if a person dies of a car wreck, okay, their head gets decapitated by the seatbelt, they died of COVID-19. No, they lost their head, literally. COVID-19 had nothing to do with that. Okay, a person had been suffering from cancer for 20, 30, 40 years, they die. COVID-19. No. A 103-year-old person dies of old age. Nope, it was COVID-19. No, they were 103 years old. It was their turn. Um, who do you blame? Media. Social media. That is our best friend. Social media. The news. These reporters. If you ever want to go fake news broadcasting, okay. And then you got people like Bill Gates, you got people like, uh, I'm going to say it, Donald Trump. Um, you got people that are big time multi billionaires. I put Donald Trump in there. I understand a lot of people are not going to agree with me on putting his name in this because of how much he has done as far as the COVID-19 investigation squad goes. Um, I'm actually appreciative of the fact that Donald Trump has taken such a stance with the current situation. I will say that much. But, yes, I used the B word. Is it logical that Donald Trump actually is behind this to get more support for his new election? Questions, you know? I can't say yes and I can't say no to that. That's up to you to decide. It's like, how about this? How much money is the Rockefellers making off of this? They own all the hospitals. How much money is Bill Gates with stacking into his other pile? I mean, his company is inventing the immunes, all these shots and all of this stuff, the flu shot, the pneumonia shot, and this shot and that shot. And I will repeat this again. He said that he would not even allow his own children to take these immunization shots. Okay, so your company invents this, but you don't trust it enough for your own family, but yet you want to inject it in millions of other people? Start at home, homie. Simple. If you don't trust it with your family, why the hell would I trust it with mine? Okay, and I'm going to go back to people and how their brains work. This is important. Y'all pay close attention to this. Pay very close attention. People's brain works via their ear. If you hear the same thing over and over and over again, your brain is going to adjust it. It's going to continuously accept it. It's just going to suck it in and suck it in. And that's how media works. That's how media works. If you go to 100 different news channels and the 100 different news channels are reporting the exact same thing, saying the exact same words, you're going to believe it. How can 1,000 people be wrong and only one person be right? Boom! Head exploded on that one. How can they be right? How can they not be wrong? Boom! Head exploded again. The human brain is a sponge, okay? If you take a sponge and you fill it full of water, it's just going to keep soaking up that water and soaking up that water and soaking up that water. If you take a sponge and put it in a bowl of water, that sponge is going to suck up every bit of that water. Okay, picture media in general. Picture the news and news broadcasters, the people who are telling you the exact same thing over and over again. Your brain is a sponge. Their words are the water. That's interesting, right? And hello, Gary. That's interesting, right? Your brain is a sponge. Their words are the water. People will pay attention to just that alone. They don't pay attention to the fact that what Bill Gates said about his shots and how he doesn't even trust them with his own family. Oh, wait, he said that? He said that? Oh, boom! We're going to go take them anyways, because the government says they're safe. Because media says if you take them, you'll live longer. Okay, I'm 40 years old. Guess what? I haven't had a single one of those damn things. I've never had the flu. I've never had pneumonia. I've been in the same house as people with the flu. I've been in the same house as people with pneumonia. Sit in the same room with them. Never caught it. Them same people, though, religiously went to the clinics. And almost every year they've had the flu. Almost every year they've had pneumonia. One of them actually died from pneumonia. Think, people. Use that thing up between these right here for a second. And don't make it into a sponge and let the people of the news, CNN News and ABC News and CSNBC News and FUCKD News, all of them news broadcasters are nothing but a bunch of people collecting paychecks to feed you bullshit. Okay, how is it that 25 to 30 different broadcast networks say the same thing? Word for word, the exact same thing. Is because they got this big printer, and that big printer has a bunch of this right here in it, and they send out a mass email to all of the media programs, and they print this out, they set it on the table, and everybody's reading the exact same thing. This is important for y'all to understand. The more you hear something, the more it is going to affect you. This sponge is just going to continuously expand over and over and over. And guess what? You're going to let it happen. Are y'all hearing me here? Are you hearing what I am trying to tell you? It is important that you understand what I am saying to you. It is important that you get this information in your brain. Quit listening to the news. Quit reading the newspapers and believing this garbage. They are isolating you for absolutely their purposes. This is all benefiting the governments. They leave you locked in, it's benefiting them. Oh yeah, I heard about the American stimulus checks, blah, 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 blah. Trillions of dollars being sent out to select people. Keep that in mind. Select people. Oh, but the government says we don't have to pay that back. Guess what? You've already paid that. That's tax money. And in about 5 to 6 years, you're going to be paying for it again. They're going to triple and double and quadruple your taxes. I also heard that the gas prices in America is at the ultimate low. It's election season, people. It's election season in America. Keep that in mind. It's election season in America. And y'all are like, but William, what does all of this have to do with the COVID-19? For those of you that hasn't been paying attention for the last 19 minutes, I will reiterate this for you. Okay. Picture going outside and your neighbor is mowing his lawn. Well, you mowed your lawn yesterday, but you see your neighbor mowing his lawn. What are you going to do? You're going to go crank up your lawnmower and you're going to mow your yard again. Why? Because your brain is feeding off of your neighbor mowing his yard and is telling you, oh, you might have missed a spot yesterday. You might need to remow your yard again because your neighbor's yard is going to look better otherwise. Okay, now then, let's go into the news. Okay, you hear the news say, today is going to snow. Cover yourself, wear a thick jacket. Okay, then the next news media. Today is going to snow, wear a thick jacket. The third, today is going to snow, wear a thick jacket. You're going to wind up wearing a thick jacket and it's spring outside and you're going to wind up boiling. Why? Because the news is never wrong. The weatherman is never wrong. Or it's going to be a bright sunny day today. Go outside and enjoy yourself a good barbecue. You go outside 5 minutes later, you're getting rained on. Oh, the weatherman must have had a bad time. He must have had a bad day. Nope. His script writers didn't write out right. Or today in the news, we got the coronavirus and the fact that 14,000 people died today from the coronavirus. And then you're watching 5 or 6 different news media channels from 5 or 6 different states, and they're showing the same picture of some guy with 5 to 6 different names from 5 to 6 different states. Listen to me, people. Same person. 5 to 6 different names from 5 to 6 different states died of the coronavirus. They are taking pictures from the flipping internet and posting these pictures of people on there using the same picture over and over again with different names and saying this person died of the coronavirus. Somebody had caught this. I will find this and link it later on, either today or tomorrow. Somebody found their picture on a news channel that they supposedly died of coronavirus and they weren't even sick. It was their picture but a different name. Y'all want to believe the media? Hap at it. This is mainstream liars, and they are making a fool out of you all. So this is very important that you understand me. Do not allow the government to take over your life. Anyhow, I have 23 minutes in. I hope this was very, very helpful to y'all. Y'all have a blessed day and be safe out there. Peace.